Okay, let's open the floor to questions from the audience. We'll take questions for a few minutes. That's okay? You got
Sure.
time? Great. Let me start in the very back for a change, and we'll come over to the side and then come back here.
Is Whole Foods ever going to use only for their electrical needs solar or sell solar or get more involved with solar?
Well, we have a lot of solar. A number of our stores have solar on the roofs, and I think the most we've been able to get for power is about 20% of our power needs met by solar. So I actually think the technology that we're most excited about are fuel cells. We have a number of stores now that are 100% fueled by fuel cells, and that is a very exciting technology, and I think has great commercial potential. So solar, Whole Foods does, it offsets 100% of our energy use for wind as well. So Whole Foods has been a big supporter of alternative energies. But I actually think solar is one that complements or supplements, lessens your need to be on the grid, but at least where the technology is today, it's not capable on a local basis of offsetting 100% of your energy. For one thing, sometimes the sun doesn't shine. We can't close the store down. So you still have to be on the grid. So I think solar has its place, but it's not a complete solution right now.
Do you feel obligated as an entity to embrace alternative energy, given the philosophical basis of the business, that this sort of be an extension of it? Many people would view this as
well, the environment is one of our stakeholders.
Yeah.
So we take seriously that responsibility we have to be have environmental integrity with what we do. Also, though, we listen to our team members, and our team members and customers are very passionate about the environment and about using alternative energy. So we're responding in a way to what our stakeholders want us to do.
Got it. Ma'am.
Hi, we live right behind Whole Foods here in town, and are
the
there
big
at
one.
least once a day.
Yeah.
So
We've helped increase your property values.
That's probably so.
There's one, we're sort of new vegetarians. We're just moving into that field. But one of the things that struck me about the store just recently, more than in the past, is you have a very big department for desserts and sugar products. And of course, as you said, diabetes is one of the critical issues in our country right now. Have you given any thought to, I don't know, reducing the size of that, not making it quite so attractive?
In fact, just drape the whole section in black, just make it seem really depressing.
Offering non-sugar, products.
We do have a lot of alternatives to sugar. I mean, we use lots of different kinds of sweeteners, from honey to maple syrup to brown rice syrup, to agave nectar. So we have all kinds of alternative sweeteners besides sugar. But I always like to say, if it tastes sweet, it is sweet. And I really do think I would say Americans are addicted to sugar, fat, and salt, probably animal protein too. But I don't eat desserts myself, really. So sugar is like my last food addiction, and I'm recovering, and I'm pretty well off of it. But the fact of the matter is that our customers come in and they vote with their pocketbooks. Yeah. You could vote those desserts out, but if you keep voting for them, we're going to keep baking them for you.
Except you've made a choice. I mean, to the questioner's point, you've made a choice elsewhere in the store to have certain things and not other things because it squares with the philosophy of the business.
Right.
I'm interested to know why the water's edge stops at desserts.
If you're looking for perfect ideological consistency, you'll have to look somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the dance between having your ideals and what you want to accomplish as a business and the reality of the marketplace.
But if the market demanded more incredibly fatty, gross food that you don't, by your own estimation, you should have an obligation not to have in the store.
Well, we do sell a lot of that. I wouldn't quite characterize it that way, but
I suspect so.
But we do sell a lot of foods that I really don't think are good for people.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it was about a year ago now that I was doing an interview with maybe it was a Wall Street Journal, and I said something about, or it was Associated Press or something, and I said something about, I was talking about our healthy eating initiative, and I said, you know, the truth is Whole Foods sells a lot of junk. We sell a lot of foods that really aren't good for people.
Had that go
Headlines.
Yeah, I was about to say.
CEO says his food is junk. So I got.
I just think don't talk to the press. Don't talk to the press.
I got remedial media training after that one. I'm probably going to get some after this interview today.
Well, you may get some. I may get some. We'll see. Actually, Ms. Spence.
Don't touch those key lime tarts or that coffee.
I want to put
But my question is,
Yes.
regarding the law, regarding practices, and what you wish to see with leftover food at the end of the day, and what the law requires of you and what you get to do with it. Because I love to spend the evening there and wish I could take home everything. But I've talked to people in the store wondering the question.
What happens at the end of the day?
Leftover food.
Yeah.
So, and I know there are legal restrictions. I'd like to.
Well, we give a lot of it to the food banks. I mean, Whole Foods gives away literally tens of millions of dollars a year to food banks. So, but there are laws that in some of the perishable foods you cannot give away, particularly any kind of code date.
Yep.
And it makes sense. You don't want people to get sick because you give them something that's no longer fresh and good for people. But it varies from community to community. So I don't really know what Austin's rules on it are per se. But I think in a lot of our stores, we start to mark stuff down as we get near closing too. A lot of bakery products. So, but the truth is that we view it as a percentage of our total sales, and our total spoilage in our company is only around 1% of our total sales. So that's still a lot because we're going to do about $10 billion in sales this year. So that's a lot of money, and a lot of food. But as a percentage of all the stuff we sell, it's really not that great.
Okay, Ms. Scanlon, and then Mr. Eggleston, and then right there. Yes.
Yeah, I think you seem to be just a bit of an oxymoron. I want to know when you came to your more conservative viewpoints, because you seem to be a blue jean wearing, vegan, liberal, in every lifestyle environmentalist, and yet did you
I'm not a
develop
conservative.
Market-based philosophy?
Well, you're a libertarian, probably more accurately described.
As you got older? Or
You know, I don't really fit. That's the problem.
You don't fit.
I mean, I don't fit into people's narrow categories. You know what? I'm an Austinite. I'm an individual. I'm weird.
So the people who characterized you, and this would be other people in the media, who characterized you at one point as a Reagan Republican, did so incorrectly.
I never voted for Ronald Reagan. I've only voted Republican one time in the last 30 years. So I think that's an inaccurate characterization.
Tell us which time?
I am not going to talk about that. Because that's going to be, it would be distorted. I mean, all the stuff, anything that was unfavorable would be what would be the headline on that one.
I understand. But to Ms. Scanlon's point, do you consider...
I believe in secret ballots.
Right. We all do, yes. do you consider yourself to be an oxymoron? Do you consider yourself to be not playing against type, maybe in the job that you have versus how you...
I think I said it. I mean, I think I'm an individual. I don't think I fit well into people's narrow categories. People want me to be something they want me to be. I can only be who I am.
Right.
But did you evolve? I mean, did you start out?
Some people think I've devolved.
She probably does.
I mean, I believe in capitalism. Mm-hmm. I really do. I mean,
and you did 33 years ago.
I believe in conscious capitalism. I believe in capitalism with a heart. Capitalism that takes social responsibility.
Is that like a compassionate conservative?
No, it's not. I really don't think of myself as a conservative. I don't know of any conservative values that really resonate with me. So you could say I'm a progressive who believes in capitalism. I think that's the best way to achieve progressive ends, is through capitalism. I think capitalism is ending poverty on this planet. I always like to say that people don't know this, but 200 years ago, 85% of the people alive lived on less than $1 a day. 85%. 200 years later, we're down to only 20%. And that 20% is a tragedy. It's a horrible thing. But at the trend line, by the end of the 21st century, it will be zero. That is where humanity is going. We are evolving, and capitalism is why. And yet it's treated as this horrible, awful thing. So I just see the good in capitalism and business. And I see that it's got some problems with it too, and we need to correct that. But not by throwing out the baby with the bathwater. It's my passion about capitalism that makes people think I'm an oxymoron. When in fact, I think capitalism is the best solution to many of the goals that progressives want to achieve. They're going about it the wrong way. So if that makes me an oxymoron, so be it.
Here and then there, yes.
Food prices around the world and produce seem to be going up a great deal. Is it going to affect you?
Well, these governments, people don't understand about inflation. It's a monetary problem. We're inflating the money supply, and when you do that, you get inflation. Food's not getting more expensive. The currency's getting less valuable. And in fact, the long-term trends of food costs have continued to decline. And that is just, but all the commodities are going up, and food will not be an exception to that. If you don't want food inflation, you've got to stop the printing presses.
But in fact, Mr. Mackey, one of the things that has happened in response to the surge in share prices of the last couple days, last week, say, is that the analysts on Wall Street have said, well, yes, the stock price is going up, but we think that the company is either overvalued or that the price is inflated because commodity prices are going up, and this is a short-term thing, and we're going to see a correction.
Well, I mean, those guys are short on the stock,
right.
But
they've got their own self-interest.
The fact of the matter is that food inflation has not really hit yet in America. It will, but it hasn't hit yet. It's coming, and I think in the last year we've seen our food prices increase about 1%. That's all we've got so far. Yeah, but hold on, it's going to go up. Yeah, we're seeing it in places like China and whatnot.
Let's do two more. I'm not forgetting you over there. I actually see you. So we're going to do one and then one. Ma'am. Not you. Yes.
Okay, sorry. So I have kind of a several-part question, and one going back to you were talking about capitalism has brought us out of poverty and whatnot, and so kind of going back to your health initiative in capitalism and corporate responsibility, where can you speak to some about corporate responsibility, especially given Walmart's announcement a few weeks ago about it going into certain areas in the country to bring healthier, cheaper food? So where is corporate responsibility when it comes to public health? And then I've got another question depending on how you answer that.
I'm not sure what you mean by that first question. I'm all for Walmart going in and hope they deliver and didn't just make a PR announcement. If they do that, that's a good thing. I'm not sure what you mean about corporate social responsibility.
Do you think that corporations like Walmart have an obligation not to play to the worst instincts of people?
Capitalism, if to give you a good example, I see examples of capitalism where I live off Airport Boulevard, and there's a Church's Chicken, there's a Popeyes, there's a Pizza Hut, there's a Taco Bell, and so you could say this is fantastic because we've got lots of businesses sprouting up, capitalism is leading the way, but then we've got this huge health epidemic, and so do you see any correlations there?
I see that those things are cropping up because that's what people are buying. And if people wanted to buy different things, different businesses would crop up. It's like that question. Let's trace it back to like the desserts and the key lime pie. Whole Foods would like to not have to sell those items, but that's what our customers want. And it's kind of that chicken or an egg thing. Part businesses respond to the marketplace. But in reference to your question, business also has a responsibility to try to educate, to try to lead people in another direction. That's what Whole Foods is trying to do. We're trying to educate our customers to make healthier choices. But at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to make those choices. We cannot coerce them. We cannot compel them. You cannot be the nanny corporation because customers have choices. If you don't like Whole Foods, or if we try to dictate to you what you're going to eat, you can just go to H-E-B or Central Market or some one of our other competitors. So corporations do have a responsibility, and Whole Foods tries to be a responsible corporation. And I have no way always want to defend what corporations do. Corporations sometimes do things that I do not want to defend. But I'm talking about capitalism per se as an economic system. And it's not perfect, and because human beings aren't perfect, we make bad choices. But so corporate responsibility is very important. I'm proud of what Whole Foods has done, and I think we're going to try to help educate Americans about how to eat healthier. If we do that, if we're successful, it's going to be a revolution.
And then, can I finish the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought.
Based on that, so what do you think about current agriculture policy and the way we eat?
It's terrible.
It's an easy question. Quick.
No, I think we're subsidizing the wrong foods. The whole thing is messed up. It's all been politicized. And so I really don't like our agricultural policies. It's very bad for the developing world. We're subsidizing animal foods. If you make me put me in charge of agriculture, they'd probably assassinate me. But I don't like our agricultural policies in America. Ma'am.
First of all, I just want to say that I love Whole Foods, and when I go there, it just makes me happy, and your employees are very happy, and that's what I love about going to Whole Foods.
Thank you.
Just end it there if you want.
Thank you. Yes. Is there a bud here?
Yeah, I hear one coming.
Okay, so I moved here from Las Vegas, and when I lived in Las Vegas, I used to go to the Whole Foods. When I came here, I knew this is the mothership, like the Whole Foods here is the mothership of all Whole Foods. And in Las Vegas, there's a yoga studio in one of the Whole Foods. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if, because of the whole lifestyle thing with Whole Foods, it's like eat healthy. Mm-hmm. What goes along with that also is how we take care of our bodies, working out, and all of that. And I'm wondering, would you ever consider incorporating yoga in all of the Whole Foods, like studios, that sort of thing?
You're a yoga practitioner or
my wife's a yoga
right?
teacher.
Yourself, yeah.
I'm a crummy yoga student, so
it's okay.
It's cool. Because I see one of my friends in the front row who does yoga with my wife, so he knows I don't want to make any pretension about my yoga abilities.
Okay. You've been around a yoga studio occasionally, let's just say
I
that.
do some yoga,
Yeah.
but well, I mean, our wellness clubs are going to have this larger education. It's not going to just be about food. It's going to be about overall healthy lifestyles. And I think yoga and exercise are very important for people to achieve their fullest health potential. So I'm a great believer in that. And I mean, some of our stores do have yoga affiliates, and I think we'll have other stores that we open that do. If you're asking whether the downtown store is ever going to have a yoga studio, probably not. I mean, Austin has so many yoga studios all around. It's not like that's a market need that Whole Foods can uniquely fulfill. So we'd rather save that space for probably food.
Or ice skating.
Yoga.
a great thing, by the way, a real public service, actually.
Yeah, that plaza level is, we're starting to eye that for potentially more office space.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, that's a downbeat note to end on, isn't it? On behalf of my kids, I say, boo. Well, thank you for taking so much time with us. It's great to see you. Appreciate you being here. John Mackey, let's give him a hand. Thank you.
Very good sport. I appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, you gave me a hard time there.
Huh?
Asked me